I'm Steve Walker-Duncan, and I'm on a quest. As a professional chef for 25 years and an instructor at the Camosun College Culinary Arts program, I truly believe we have some of the best food in the world right here on the West Coast. Join me in discovering some of these culinary treasures.
This week we're in the heart of downtown Vancouver, and some of the country's best cooks and chefs are gathering at the Canadian Culinary Federation National Conference. This is an opportunity and an event I can't possibly miss. But before I go, there's something I need to fix. That's better. The National Conference brings together chefs from across Canada, and with all these chefs in one place, things tend to get quite competitive, so the food around here is gonna be good. This is a cool spot to be. The welcome reception features some of the country's best young chefs presenting food and drink from their home provinces. It's a unique opportunity to sample some of Canada's culinary highlights. I can't wait.
All these junior chefs from across the country, phenomenal what they've done today. You know, from s'more cheesecake to handmade pierogies. I mean, these are the kids, these are our future.
The standard here is amazing, but BC is well represented.
I'm from Terrace.
Okay.
Yeah, the Nest Valley.
Fabulous. And
Yeah.
you guys are using products that is right in your backyard.
Our local, correct.
Awesome. So what have we got?
We have smoked black cod. It came from Luckwell Lambs, which is the Port Simpson area,
Yeah.
just north of Prince Rupert.
Very nice. Absolutely wonderful. You guys have done a fabulous job.
Thank you.
We have a dish highlighting our local goat cheese from Walker-Duncan Bay.
Beautiful, nice, clean flavors.
Our province has a love for food. Our food culture in BC is amazing, and it seems like everyone just wants the best. And the best place to get products are in BC.
What do you love about the food that comes from your part of the world?
It's just all natural, and it's right there at my hands. Every day of the year.
We cook here like nobody else cooks. Now, I'm not trying to downgrade anybody else in this country, but there is some kind of a magic about Vancouver. And maybe it's the green grass that makes us want to cook beautiful.
We have a venison brezola that we've cured in juniper.
That is absolutely delicious. I mean, the flavors coming out of that venison. I'm not even waiting for a fork. Cheers, sir.
We try to use as much local product as possible. So today we're using a Spirit Bear Gin, which is just down the block from us.
Awesome.
In Kelowna, which is very nice.
So not only can we have a 100-mile diet, we can have a 100-mile cocktail.
We have a 3-block cocktail.
3-block cocktail.
That is a field to glass cocktail.
That looks absolutely fabulous. Jerry, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Cheers. I've been enjoying the 2011 National Chefs Conference in Vancouver, which features some of the very best food you can get. But of course, nobody can eat this well every day. Out on the streets of Vancouver, choice used to mean mustard or ketchup with your hot dog, but not anymore. A recent change in the rules has led to a revolution in the quality of food you can buy on the street. A new generation of entrepreneurs have set out to show just how good fast food can be, offering gourmet meals that any restaurant will be proud to serve. Introducing exciting new fusions and using sustainable local ingredients. It's turning Vancouver into one of the world's best cities to eat on the street, and I need to get out and try some.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, good. This looks intriguing.
Yes, thank you very much.
French baguettes and Asian food.
It is, yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of fillings do you do?
We do lemongrass chicken and barbecue lemongrass tofu as well.
Barbecue lemongrass tofu.
Let me make one and let you try.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, right
So
away.
I like your slogan.
Thank you. Take a bite of these buns. It's pretty straightforward and
Yeah, yeah. All your product, is it you local product? And
all local products. We get our breads delivered to us daily, and just there's nothing left over for the next day. We just fresh ingredients.
that looks delicious. Nice and fresh. It's light.
The lady, did you try?
Delicious. Very, very good.
This is great for gourmets in a hurry. But how do you find your favorite lunchbox if it's moving around? Luckily, there's an app for that. I'm looking for something a little more upmarket. I've heard the Kaboom Box offers oysters and smoked salmon in a bun.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey, how are you?
I hear you got some pretty good food here.
Oh, we do. We have the best food. What are you talking about? How can it be anything but
smoked
excellent?
salmon and oyster po' boys.
Yes, yes, sir.
What are you going to give me? What's your best one?
Well, I can tell you something. Looks like you have a good jacket on there. That seems to suit you very well. Why don't you come on in and make it yourself?
Don't mind if I do.
Come on in then. Step in. Step right up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see if he can actually do it. Welcome
Okay,
aboard,
what first? Steve, Walker-Duncan?
Patrick,
nice to meet you. So, what do you recommend? Salmon or po' boy?
I recommend everything, but since we're going to be doing the salmon or po' boy, I'd say we start with the salmon first. How's that sound to you?
Sounds good.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So,
what's first?
well, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on this wonderful little machine. This is our on-deck smoker. It has everything in it that you might possibly need to smoke anything.
Sweet little unit.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
To make smoke, we need wood chips.
All you need to do is be extra, extra careful, because you don't want to burn yourself or the entire room down. And if that happens, it's not my fault.
That would be bad. I'm closer to the door than you are.
Fantastic. Now, the salmon that we've got is wild caught. It's ocean-wide certified.
Yep.
So once we throw that in, after it's been marinated for a little while, it's going to cook on its own.
What kind of marinade are you putting on it?
It's mostly just a coarse sugar and a little bit of sea salt.
It's nice and simple. Don't mess with
it. Very, very simple. No, no. Once it's good, you can't really do anything with perfection. In order to get that smoke, we need a fire.
There we go. There we go.
If you
We got
have
some
a fire,
fire.
best way to keep it down is with a little bit of this. Now I'm going to just put that salmon right inside there. Because it's so hot, it's actually cooking as it's smoking. So it's going to be
a
ready.
full cooking process.
Absolutely. And it'll be cooked all the way through in about 15 minutes. If you are hungry, I know what I can do for you right away. We also have the oyster po' boy. Now what we can do with that is, those are Fanny Bay oysters.
Yeah,
They're coming straight off of Vancouver Island. Fantastic little things. And we have a deep fryer right over here. We panko bread them, and they're going to go down like that. We have a little bit of tartar sauce. We make it all ourselves, just a touch of it there. And we also have this here, which is a maple mustard coleslaw.
Nice.
Now, if you look, you'll see that those are nicely fried. Absolutely fantastic. They'll be hissing a little bit as they come right out. Right onto that, we put a nice helping of this delicious slaw. And then you have one sandwich. And you're gonna need probably all of those.
A whole bunch of these.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is the appetizer before the main course.
Oh, this is just the appetizer. How could you have anything but that for an appetizer? That's a great way to start. Now, if you haven't fallen asleep by the time that's finished, I think I might have a salmon sandwich for you. Now, I'm going to open this up for you so you can take a look. Like I said, if you take a look at it, you can see it's starting to sweat just a little bit as it's cooking all the way through.
That is heaven in a bun.
I know. I know. How could it be anything else but? I made it with my own two hands.
Napkin number one.
Napkin number one. I'll get you that sandwich.
This looks wonderful. I mean, let's look at the color of that salmon. That's absolutely gorgeous. And you can see the caramelized sugars just around the edge, just a little light caramelization.
A light touch of it.
And I just know you put that maple syrup in there. And look at this, we've got all this beautiful flavor. That is without a doubt the best salmon sandwich I have ever tried.
And that serves the face that I live to see.
Bliss.
The humble hot dog is still here, of course. But at the big dog stand, they're boldly going where no hot dog stand has gone before. And they've got the best hats.
Hi there.
Hey,
Are you
how are
Sean?
you? Yes, I am.
Steve, Walker-Duncan,
nice to meet you.
Down to the Kaboom Box, they said I could come in and help them. Can I come and give you a hand back
Yeah,
there?
come on in, but I only have one requirement, my friend. Welcome to the team.
I gotta wear the hat.
You gotta wear the hat.
Awesome. In the back door
Come
there?
on in, my friend.
Okay.
Welcome, here we go.
Look at this.
Hey, all right.
What a sweet setup.
Thank you.
So, tell me about these dogs here. I've heard nothing but great things about them. Organic hot dogs.
Yeah, definitely. We source our stuff locally here in BC. We specialize in bringing in organic product. all natural product. Everything contains no nitrates, preservatives, gluten, very low in fat, very low in calories.
So what can we do? Let's make a hot dog.
Okay, let's break out the salmon. We'll do the slammin' salmon. How's that
salmon
sound?
hot dog.
Salmon hot dog.
I gotta see this.
All right, let's do it. This is an all-natural salmon here.
Nice.
And then customers have the opportunity of having a potato bread bun, whole wheat bun, or for anyone who has celiac or is completely wheat-free, we offer a 6-inch corn tortilla. Just give it a good couple cuts.
Just open it up, let the heat get into the middle.
Exactly.
And hot dogs, they've had such a bad rap, haven't they? But again, they're great when they're done well.
They are great, yeah, especially when you employ a local farm, small farm, healthy farm, to put the love into the product. These are our potato buns, yeah.
You all baked locally?
It is, yeah. We've got bison, we've got lamb, we have fruit-infused smokies, so we've got a bison blueberry, there's a chicken apple maple, a whole bunch of stuff. Turkey cranberry, Big Fat Greek Dog's awesome. We got locally made tzatziki sauce, there's cucumbers, green peppers, red onion, and then we put the lamb smoky on there with rosemary and garlic.
I heard about that one. Yeah, that sounds fabulous.
It's good stuff here. So we're gonna serve you up here.
Oh, look at that. Just a little whiff of steam coming off of there.
Then a little bit of tartar in there just so you can taste it.
Yeah.
And then what we will do is grab a nice healthy amount of slaw here, and voila, that's your slammin' salmon.
Look at this guy. That's like no salmon I've ever had before. That is a gourmet hot dog.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Steve, it's been a pleasure.
That's an absolute, that's a great dog.
Awesome. Come by anytime.
We had a great time out on the streets of Vancouver, and now we're going to have something a little bit different. We've got our guest cook, Steve Walker-Duncan, with us.
Hang on, that's my line.
Oh, okay, carry on. I'm sorry, I just get excited when I see cameras everywhere.
It's exciting, isn't it? Gordy, good to have you in the kitchen.
Thank you very much
for joining
I like
us.
being in the kitchen more than in front of the cameras.
Well, we can do both, can't we?
Let's hope.
Let's hope. We had all that great street food in Vancouver. I mean, the street food scene is just exploding over there. So we're going to do barbecue spot prawns in the style of sort of the East Coast lobster roll.
I love it.
Ready to go?
Now you know how to do this, right?
We'll make it up if we go along.
Okay.
Okay. First thing we need is just a little bit of garlic. So I'm going to give you 1 clove of garlic.
Do I get to do the old mashing thing?
There you go. Just give it a little whack. The skin pops right off. And then we just take the rest of the garlic and do it one more time with a little more gusto. There we go.
Okay.
Give that a little bit of a chop up.
Maybe I don't know how. Oh, there we go. Whoop,
Oh,
there it is.
There we go. And then that goes into the prawns, which are already peeled for us.
And nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. You've got 10 fingers left. Good. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then that soy sauce there, Gordy. If you want to give me just a little shot of the soy.
With my fingers?
Dude, just pour it out of the bowl. Probably about 1/3 of that, maybe. Tablespoons worth.
Okay.
That'll do. And then I've got a little bit of honey here, that's plenty.
You know, I'd eat these right away if it was me. That looks great.
That's just a simple way to get just a nice marinade on these guys. And we're just going to let them sit for a couple of seconds. And
there's going to be a whole bunch of flavors involved in this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So while that's doing that thing, we can do some more chopping of our greens. So I'm going to take this guy. I'll give you half.
That's not really a green, it's more of a yellow, I'd say.
Well, this one's sort of we'll go with a puce?
A puce.
Chartreuse. A little Chinese cabbage. So this is going to be our slaw. So just lay that flat down and chop away. In the meantime, I've got our indoor barbecue grill over here.
Is that what's giving off 8,000 BTUs?
Something like that, yeah. So that's why I've got you in the cool part of the kitchen.
Thank you.
So now you've been with Czech for a number of years now, haven't you?
Well, not counting today. No, actually, it seems like forever. I've been there for about 25 years now.
Wow. Yeah. So you were a big part of this whole transition a couple of years ago with them, and
I'm an owner.
You're an owner.
That's right. I own this much of the company.
Cool. So what's it like? I mean, do you guys?
It's going very well. Let's put it that way, and couldn't be happier.
I mean, it's fabulous to have a true local
well, it is.
broadcast.
People love local programming.
They want to know what's going on. So if we're just going to take these are mustard greens, okay? And mustard greens are absolutely. If you want to try these, just as they are, because they definitely got the mustard flavor.
Yeah. So that's going to give our slaw a little bit of zip. So if you just kind of roll it up, kind of like rolling a cigar. You ever rolled cigars?
I'd have to say no, I've never rolled a cigar. I'm sure mine's a little, I don't know, looks like it was left over from a wedding or something.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that's the beginning of our sauce. We've got that nice light cabbage in there.
Yep.
A little bit of the mustard greens. And as always, a little bit of pepper, a little salt. And then we've got some...
Is that what you would call a modicum amount?
A modicum. That's,
okay.
That's a pinch, a flip, a little dash, whatever you want to call it. Just a little mayonnaise, a little bit of horseradish for some jazz, and a little bit of ketchup. Okay. And then if I can just get you to stir that, it'll come together quite nicely.
And this is the slaw.
This is a slaw. Okay. So just a nice light slaw. You know, lots of veggies, just enough mayonnaise and ketchup or what in there to bind. This is sort of a cocktail sauce we're going to bind it with. And then our prawns have marinated there for 5 or 10 minutes, which is just all they need. Again, shellfish is very susceptible to taking on flavors. So it won't take long for the flavors of garlic and the soy and everything to work through there.
Now I would think this would be more flavorful than lobster, because lobster doesn't, you know, have a huge flavor per se.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's why a lot of you see the lobster rolls, they've got lots of sauce in the slaw or in the stuff that they're putting in the roll. Whereas we're going to let the prawns do their work here.
All right.
This is going to be fabulous. So, in all your time at Czech, I mean, you've seen a lot of stuff happen.
I've seen everything, my friend.
You've seen everything. Okay, well, what's your most memorable? What stands out in 25 years of broadcasting?
Well, you know, the favorite thing that I ever did was there's a big hard rock mine up island, the Myra Falls mine up island, and we actually did our old Check Around show, the whole, I guess, half-hour show. We did from a mile down in the ground, underground. It was neat.
Wow, that's something else.
And then I sang with Randy Bachman one time.
Well, that's
embarrassing, is what it was.
That's something to be proud of.
Very embarrassing. Apparently, he knows the words to "Taking Care of Business" better than I do.
Okay, so I think our slaw's ready. This is a real quick dish to come together. Once you got all these bits and pieces done, it really does happen fast. So as I say, I've got this nice smoking hot pan, and this is representing our barbecue because we couldn't really bring our
Now when you say smoking hot pan, this has been on for a while. That must be like a gazillion degrees.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is very, very hot. We don't want to be grabbing that with hands.
Oh, wouldn't that be too hot? Isn't that going to stick to it?
We're going to do them real fast.
Okay.
These are going to cook. These are going to cook so quickly, and we're just going to throw them on the grill. And as with all fish, it doesn't take a long time. By the time we get these on, the first one we put on are just about done. And in fact, I'm going to let you carry on there, Gordy, and just throw them into the grill pan, and you can hear the heat coming off of that. It's just roasting. So do you cook at home, Gordy?
I cook a lot at home. I'll have to say my wife's a better cook than I am, but I tell everybody I'm better. So.
Well, of course, that's okay.
Well,
now we can start flipping those
too.
first ones that we did. Those ones in the middle there where I'd started. Just start turning those over one time. So what's your favorite food? What do you like to
I
eat?
love seafood. I love prawns. Do a lot of prawns. I love, you know, there's nothing I really don't like, to be honest. You know, cook a lot of steak and osso buku tonight.
Right. Yeah.
Which apparently we've made with the wrong meat, according to what you were telling me. But
it'll be delicious nonetheless. Nonetheless, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you very publicly, you lost a lot of weight a number of years ago, didn't you? So
well, yeah, that's the other thing. Well, generally speaking, I mean, there's a whole long and boring story, but it's eating healthy and getting exercise and eating in the correct portions. Like you can eat just about anything.
No.
Am I doing this quick enough?
You're doing that quick enough, and I
these are
think
going to burn.
they're done. You can take them down. We've got a bowl there for the ones. If you can just grab them out of there, and they're done. Perfection. And they're still moist and juicy. You can see them that they're still succulent. You don't want dry prawns. Okay, so we've got our prawns cooked. We've got our slaw done. Really, the only thing we need to do is our bread. If you want to grab a bread roll, and I'll have a bread roll too.
Okay. Now, talking about losing weight, you don't want to be eating white bread.
This is the one that's... However, in this case, we're gonna toast it, so that makes it brown. So we're gonna cut it from the top. We're gonna cut it from the top down because the true lobster rolls are cut from the top.
True enough.
And then we're just gonna stick those on there for a couple of seconds just to toast them. This is where we it's handier to have a full-size barbecue. But we're just gonna put a little bit of toast on the bread. So then we can get this guy going, and we're just gonna load it up with a little bit of our slaw.
Oh wow. Should I be doing this?
You can do that on yours, and yours is actually held together better than mine. So. This is one of those times where the guest does a better job than the chef. So you're not coming back, Gordy, sorry.
Don't think I haven't heard that before.
And then we just load her up with some of these prawns.
Oh, wow. even if you're making simple food, plating is important, is it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you eat with your eyes before you, before you actually dive in. And then we've just got a little bit of scallion or green onion here for a little bit of fresh flavor over the top. And there we go. West Coast spot prawn lobster rolls. Oh.
OMG, dude. I saw that on my Facebook page one time. I'm sure it means something good.
Something good.
Yeah.
I think we've done a fine job here, Gordy. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much,
having you in the kitchen with us, and I'm glad you could come down and cook, and good luck with your ossobuco tonight.
Thank you. I'm taking this with me.
All right.
Okay.
Take care. See you later. And those are some of the flavors of the street food of Vancouver. One of the things a lot of people have trouble with is getting their pan temperature just right. If you're trying to sear something, you need to have the pan hot enough to caramelize and sear the meat, but not so hot that you're going to burn it. So I've got my pan over a moderate heat. I've let it come up to temperature first. Then I add my little drop of oil just to lubricate it. Otherwise your oil will scorch. And then you're ready for your meat. In this case, I've just got a burger here, and you should hear that sizzle. There we go. That's the ideal searing temperature. Once again, we're at that time where it's our good friend Mr. Rod Phillips from Liquor Plus to take us through some beautiful pairings to go with our fabulous street hot dog.
This is the best hot dog I have ever seen. This is fantastic. Absolutely. I don't know how you came up with it, but you're a genius, clearly. Well, the spot prawns have that little bit of sweetness to it. Yeah. So a lot of the wines that I got here today, I wanted to bring out a little element of sweetness.
And we got a little honey on there as well.
Yeah,
little honey, little soy.
Exactly. You know that little flavor that honey gets? Well, I wanted to bring that out too. Right. I wanted to accentuate that. So the first one we have is the Arrowleaf Pinot Gris. Now in this wine, as with the Mission Hill that we're going to taste, you want to make sure that it's not too cold, because that's going to dampen the flavors. Right. You want to make sure that it's just chilled, not too cold.
This is something we talk about with food as well. temperature is critical, isn't it? To make sure that to get the best out of wine or food, the right temperature is key.
Absolutely. Most people's fridges are too cold to enjoy Pinot Gris or Chardonnay. Yeah. And all you're going to do is just taste the acidity.
Right.
So you get that really ripe fruit on the nose.
Mmm. It's like a fruit salad.
It's one of my favorite words is unctuous.
Unctuous. I like unctuous. Unctuous just rolls off the tongue. That's beautiful.
Now we're going to go with a little bit of elegance. And this comes from the Reserve program at Mission Hill.
And of course, that's got much, much more depth and body to it.
And if you look at that color, that as white wine ages, it gains in color. As red wine ages, it drops its color out. This has been done in oak, but I don't think you can tell. You don't get that really oaky nose to it. You get a little bit of vanilla, a little toffee, but it's like a baked apple pie.
Yeah, yeah.
And just think of that sweetness of the spot prawns with the honey, the texture, it'll go right through the palate.
And it's got that honey note to it, doesn't it? It's just that nice, beautiful, smooth, not too sweet. Beautiful, beautiful wine.
So this one is the last one here. This is what we refer to as Vino Hospice. This is a all Tempranillo out of La Mancha, Spain. Now you get right on the nose, get the juiciness.
Yeah.
Get the juiciness.
And that pepper's coming through.
Yeah, and that will again play really well with the spicing in here, and that little bit of sweetness on the spot prawns.
Yeah.
See that softness, but it's got a little bit of vibrance to it as well.
It's there. You're almost waiting for it to come and kick you, but it doesn't. It just sort of
just right on the finish there, you get a little bit of tobacco leaf, like a dry tobacco leaf. Again, it works really well with the spot prawns.
Well, Rod, again, you've done wonders with street food, and we've got elegant wines to go with it.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And from all of us here at Flavours of the West Coast, we'll see you next time.